Sometime in the early 800s, a Viking warrior was born. His origins lost to time, his deeds written into history. Today we explore the legend of Rollo, the Northman who would become the founder of Normandy and ancestor to kings. Thank you for joining us today, Rollo.
It's a pleasure, Rick. Sharing my life journey is always exciting.
History has painted many versions of your story. Some say you came from Norway, others claim Denmark. What do you say?
My cradle was the cold sea, my inheritance the storm. Does it matter which fjord birthed me? I was a son of the North, that is truth enough.
Legend speaks of your exile. Was it true?
The sagas claim many things. Perhaps I was too restless, too ambitious for the old ways. What I know is this: I chose the sea, and the sea chose me in return.
Your raids terrorized the coasts of Britain and Francia. What drove you?
Every warrior seeks glory. But I sought more, land where my people could plant roots, not just burn and leave. The North was crowded. The West was waiting.
By the late 800s, Rollo had become one of the most feared Viking leaders. Chronicles tell of his raids along the Seine, and some sources place him among those who besieged Paris in 885. Whether leading or following, his reputation grew with each campaign. When did Rouen become yours?
After years of raiding the Seine's shores, I saw what others missed. Not just plunder, but possibility. Rouen's river, its fields, its position. This was no camp. This could be a kingdom.
And then came your meeting with King Charles the Simple in 911. Tell us about that day.
Charles was desperate. His realm bled from constant raids. He offered me land, these very territories around Rouen, if I would defend them instead of destroying them.
And the foot-kissing ceremony? The chronicles say you refused to kneel.
They say many things. The story goes that when asked to kiss the king's foot in homage, I had one of my warriors lift it so high that Charles toppled backward. True or not, it teaches a lesson. A Northman bows, but never breaks.
This story, recorded decades later by the chronicler Dudo of St. Quentin, may be embellished, but it captures the spirit of that meeting. The Treaty of St. Clair-sur-Epte in 911 was real. Rollo became Count of Rouen, granted lands that would become Normandy, land of the Northmen, in exchange for defending Francia from other Viking raids and converting to Christianity. You agreed to baptism. For a pagan warrior, wasn't that betrayal?
Betrayal? No. Adaptation. The Christ God gave my people legitimacy in Frankish eyes. And Thor did not punish me for it, and perhaps the gods understood what survival requires.
Rollo was baptized in 912, taking the Christian name Robert. But his transformation went deeper than religion. He was building something unprecedented, a hybrid culture where Norse and Frank could coexist. You went from destroying cities to rebuilding them. What changed?
I learned that steel wins land, but law keeps it. I rebuilt what I once burned. My warriors became farmers, traders, lords. We stopped taking and started making.
Under Rollo's rule, Normandy flourished. He established laws, encouraged settlement, and created a society that blended Viking strength with Frankish sophistication. The raider had become a statesman. In 927, you passed governance to your son, William Longsword. Why?
Because I was an old man who had done what he came to do. William carried both worlds in his blood, Norse fire and Frankish wisdom. The future belonged to him.
You died around 933, but your story was just beginning. When you look back, what do you see?
I see a life lived on my own terms. I came with nothing but a ship and a sword. I left behind a people, a land, a name that would echo through time.
Rollo's death is recorded around 933, though the exact date remains uncertain. What is certain is his legacy. His dynasty would shape European history for centuries. 6 generations after you, your descendant William the Conqueror would invade England in 1066 and eventually become king. Did you ever imagine such a future?
No man can see that far. But perhaps I felt it. That the wind in my sails would one day carry my blood across all of Europe. That the Viking who settled would outlive the Viking who raided.
Through William the Conqueror, Rollo's bloodline merged with English royalty. His descendants would sit on thrones across Europe, England, Scotland, and beyond. The Vikings' gamble had paid dividends beyond imagination. Your legacy lives on. Any last words for our viewers?
I am Rollo, the Viking they could not forget, the founder they could not erase. Remember me not for what I destroyed, but for what I built.
Rollo, thank you for sharing your story with us today.
May the gods bless all who hear these words and remember them truly.
Today, Rollo remains an enigmatic figure, part history, part legend. We don't know exactly where he was born, and many details of his life are debated by scholars. But we know what matters. He bridged 2 worlds, transformed from raider to ruler, and founded a dynasty that changed the course of Western civilization. Thanks for joining us on Rollo's incredible journey from Viking raider to the founder of Normandy. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, make sure to spike the like and shoot that subscribe button so you never miss out on the next AI memoir. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the past. Thanks for watching.